Welcome back with another video on this channel. This is Zaheen Nazir and we are doing Advent of Cyber 2024. So this is day 13. We'll start with where we left from the last video. So task 19, WebSockets day 13. It came without buffering. It came without lag. Awesome. So there is already a walkthrough here. We're gonna skip the poem and directly go to the task itself because we have less time to complete all of these tasks before 31st. So we have just 2 days to do that. We are all about security. The glitch discovered that an app is illegally tracking the cars in Weir Valley. Not many car theft in the city warrants such an extreme measure. He reaches out to the Mac Security to investigate and identify how the application is tracking them and leaking users' position. Learning objectives: learn about WebSockets and their vulnerabilities, learn how WebSocket message manipulation can be done. Connecting to the VM, we already done so. We already started the attack bar, as you can see here, and we already started the VM as well. Let's continue. Introduction to WebSocket. The WebSocket let your browser and the server keep a constant line of communication open, unlike the old school method of asking for something, getting a response, and then hanging up. WebSockets are like keeping the phone line open so you can chat whenever you need to. Once that connection is set up, the client and the server can talk back and forth without all the extra requests. That is very true. So the WebSocket is used for WebSockets are great for live chat applications and real-time games or any live data feed where you want constant updates. After a quick handshake to get things started, both sides can send messages whenever. This means less overhead and faster communication when you need data flowing in real time. Awesome. Traditional HTTP requests versus WebSocket. When you use regular HTTP, your browser sends a request to the server and the server responds, then closes the connection. If you need new data, you have to make another request. Think of it like knocking on someone's door. Every time you want something, they will answer, but it can get tiring if you need updates consistently. Okay. Take a chat app as an example. With HTTP, your browser would keep asking any new message every few seconds. This method, known as pooling, works, but it isn't efficient. That is true. Both the browser and the server end up doing a lot of unnecessary work just to stay updated. That is true. WebSockets handle things differently. Once the connection is established, it remains open, allowing the server to push updates to you whenever there's something new. It's more like leaving the door open so updates can come in immediately without the constant back and forth. This approach is faster and uses fewer resources. Yeah, it uses the fewer resources, but still it uses resources both on the client and server side because the communication is open. Okay, and there is hardware limitation on the socket side as well as software limitation. So for example, one VM cannot go beyond for example 65,000 connections, and I don't know if one VM which is powerful enough can handle this kind of load, but at the end of the day it could be, I think, 5,000 per VM. So a VM can handle 5,000 open connection per second if it is good enough. Okay, if the network and all the resources are there. So there is a limitation. It will use fewer resources as per se. For example, if you are not doing the pooling, then it will use less resources, but still if the connection is open, that means the resources will be used consistently or constantly. Okay, and this is an overhead. It's not easy to open the WebSocket for a very big solution such as Facebook and Google and whatnot. Okay, WebSocket vulnerabilities. While WebSockets can boost performance, They also come with security risks that developers need to monitor. Since WebSocket connections stay open and active, they can be taken advantage of if the proper security measures are not in place. Here are some common vulnerabilities: weak authentication and authorization, message tampering, cross-site WebSocket hijacking. This is good one. And denial of service. Okay. Weak authentication and authorization. Unlike regular HTTP, WebSockets don't have built-in ways to handle user authentication or session validation. If you don't set these controls up properly, attackers could slip in and get access to sensitive data or mess with the connection. Message tampering. WebSockets let data flow back and forth constantly, which means attacker could intercept and change message if the encryption isn't used. This could allow them to inject harmful commands, perform actions they should not, or mess with the sensitive data. That is very true. Cross-site WebSocket hijacking. So we had the cross-site request forgery in a few previous tasks, and now we have cross-site WebSocket hijacking as well. This happens when an attacker tricks a user's browser into opening a WebSocket connection to another site. If successful, the attacker might be able to hijack that connection or access data meant for legitimate server. Okay, we'll see how this could be done. Denial of service. Because WebSocket connections stay open, they can be targeted by DOS attack. An attacker could flood the server with a tons of messages because the connection is open, potentially slowing it down or crashing it altogether. So we can implement the rate limiting, on top of it, in order to, even if there is a WebSocket, we can implement the rate limiting for some of the operations. All right. What is WebSocket message manipulation? WebSocket message manipulation is when an attacker intercepts and changes the messages sent between a web app and its server. Unlike regular HTTP requests that go back and forth once at a time, WebSocket keeps a connection open, allowing constant two-way communication. This is what makes WebSocket great for real-time application. That is very true. For example, chatting application or such that. But it also opens the door for attacks if proper security isn't in place. In this type of attack, a hacker could intercept and tweak these WebSocket messages as they are being sent. Let's say the app is sending sensitive information like transaction details or user commands. An attacker could change those messages to make the app behave differently. They could bypass security checks, send unauthorized requests, or alter key data like usernames, payment accounts, amounts, or access level. For example, imagine a web app using WebSockets to handle money transfers between accounts. If an attacker gets hold of the message before it hits the server, they could change the amount being transferred or even send the money to a different account. That is very true. Since WebSocket connections help in real time, these changes would take effect instantly without the user or the server noticing immediately. Users and server will notice immediately because connection is open, right? So I'm not sure what they meant here. Okay. The kind of manipulation can also lead to more significant problems. Hackers could inject harmful code or try to get higher level access. For instance, they might change a message to give themselves admin rights or instant malicious commands to take control of the server. What makes this attack so dangerous is that the WebSocket connections often don't have the same security protections as traditional HTTP connections, like end-to-end encryption, which encrypts the request body of the HTTP request using JavaScript using a AES key or RSA public key stored in the JavaScript file. If developers don't add vigorous checks like message validation or encryption, it's easier for attacker to exploit these gaps. By tampering with the data being sent, attacker can cause all sort of damage, from unauthorized actions to full system compromise. Okay. The impact of the changes, changing WebSocket messages depends on how the app uses them and what kind of data is being sent. Here's a breakdown of what can happen. Doing things without permission. If someone can tamper with the WebSocket messages, they could impersonate another user and carry out unauthorized actions such as making purchases, transferring funds, or changing account settings. For example, if a WebSocket manages payment transactions, an attacker could manipulate the transaction amount or reroute the payment to their own account, gaining extra privileges. Attackers could also manipulate messages to make the system think they have more privileges than they actually do. This could let them access admin controls, change user data, view sensitive information, or mess with the system setting. Messing up data. One of the significant risks is data corruption. If someone is changing the messages, they could feed bad data into the system. This could mess with user accounts, transactions, or anything else the app handles. They could change things in real time and disrupt everyone's work in circumstances such as shared document or tool. Yeah, this is true. Crashing the system. An attacker could also spam the server with bad requests, causing it to slow down or crash. This is a real issue, by the way. If this happens enough, the system could go offline, causing serious downtime for users and businesses. That is very true. Without good security checks, this kind of message tampering can lead to anything from unauthorized actions to downing of an entire service. So exploitation. So here we go. So we need to navigate to this particular website. Let me open up the Firefox here. Come on. I'm using a tag box for everything. For maybe in future video I will be using my own VM because it's really fast. Okay. So here we go. So before we do anything, let's open our Burp Suite as well, because we need to do some kind of. Okay, it is not loaded yet. Okay, communication is happening behind the scene. Okay, awesome. If you're using the tag box on your browser, make sure to proxy the traffic of the application as shown below. We will do that. Okay, they're saying that in the intercept proxy setting, and in the proxy we need to intercept the client to server messages and intercept server to client messages. Okay, we need to do both. Once done, close the window and enable the proxy intercept. All right. Our Burp Suite is still opening up. We will wait. And behind the scene, as you can see, the communication is happening. Next. Let it start. Starting project. Please wait. We're gonna wait. All right. There's a new version available. We're gonna go with what we have right now. Let me increase the font size here, and let's go with the dark theme as well. Right. All right, awesome. Now we need to do one more thing, which is go to setting, message window, go down, and we're gonna change the font to 18 as well. All right, we're good to go. Now we need to go to the proxy, then the proxy setting, and in the proxy, let's make it a little bit bigger. So we already have enabled intercept client to server and server to client, so we are good to go. I'm gonna close it. Intercept is on. What about here? Okay, let's shift our traffic to Bob 8080 as well. Awesome, we're good to go. Go back to the browser and click the track button. All right. Glitch score. Let's click on track button. We are tracking, but I don't see any traffic here. What is going on? All right. Works will intercept the WebSocket traffic as shown below. I don't see any traffic here. Wait a minute. Let me refresh it. Okay, here is the intercept. Let's forward. Let's forward all of them. Forward all. Okay. So let's track. Okay, so we have this request here. So we are able to track forward all. Okay, so the request we are most likely looking for, I think, is this one. Where basically we are sending the data. Not this one. Basically, it should be this one. Okay, we are getting some kind of socket.io here and tracking going on. Okay. Change the value of the user ID parameter from 5 to 8 and click the forward. Oh, user ID. What's the request we are looking for? It is simple get request. It's user ID. There is SID here. Okay, we are looking for HTTP history. It should be in the WebSocket history. All right. Let's go to the very last. It is updating the data. Okay, wait a moment. What if we untrack it? And intercept, make it on, and let's track it again. All right, let's track it again. So here we go. So instead of 5, let's go with the 8. Forward all, and forward all. Oh, we get something here in the response. Wait a moment. Here we go. So here is the flag that we were looking for. Dude, where is my car? All right, go back to the browser, community reports. And here is another one. Okay, so it is also available. Let me make the intercept off so all the requests will go without any issue. Okay, even 8 is available only in the messages. So this was the flag 1. We need to have flag 2 as well. Okay, go back to the browser, check the community reports. I think someone is tracking my car. Okay. Hey, this is a glitch. How do we intercept it? Forward or intercept. Let's off it. Let's do that again. Make it on. Track. So instead of let's go with 8. Forward. And here is something is going on for the mayor. Sunday's mayor malware avatar is minus forward. And we should have something. Remember to vote for me in the next election. Sure, we will. Let us track your car first. Okay, Tech Central already is covered. And here we go. We're posting the data. Dude, where is my car? Flag 1 was recovered. Bigger. It's not glitch score, it should be mayor score, right? Wait a moment. Go back to the browser, check the community reports. If you don't see the tab, you try to click the on track button and refresh the page. Hit the track button again. Okay, let's refresh it. And, let me do one thing. Intercept off. Let's track again. On track. Intercept is on. Track again. Eight. Forward. Here we go. Dude, where is my car? Mayor malware. Yeah, we get this one. Manipulating the messages. Okay. Following the successful identification of website manipulation vulnerability, glitch continues testing for other ways to exploit the application. This time he wanted to see if the messages posted on the app would be altered and manipulated. If it is possible to post using a different user ID. Okay. What is the flag value of the flag 2? Okay, let's use let's intercept and let's send a message. I am the mayor. Okay, so we are sending something to server here. So instead of 5, let's go with the 8. Forward. Let's see. Remember to vote. Okay, let's off the interception. Here we go. I did not send that last message. What is happening? all right. Finally, we are able to get it. Awesome. So within 25 minutes, we are able to complete all of this. There is a very good room, Burp Suite. If you want to learn more about this, I think we have completed this already in one of the modules. I'm not sure it is available on my channel or not. If not, I will try to cover all of this in one of the videos. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey. So once we come back, we're gonna start the day 14 task. So we're gonna cover, I think, at least 7 or 8 tasks for today. So before 31st, we're gonna complete all of these tasks. So thank you guys for joining me. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please mention it in the comment section down below. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.